Hey guys, how's it going? This is Jake from the Brotherhood account, and for this week I want to talk about some things that your body or yourself experience while going through the changes of testosterone. Maybe people haven't really talked about certain things I want to talk about in this video, so that's kind of why I want to jump in on this. This is your warning now if you are a family member or if you're someone who's going to feel uncomfortable or cringe when I talk about certain personal things. That's totally cool. You can feel however you want. Ooh, the sun is coming out. Yes, finally. Sorry. If you are that type of person, just skip this video, go on to the next person. I got so excited about the sun because it's like really cloudy out and it finally just came out, so that's nice. But yeah, so just skip on. It's totally cool. Make sure that you guys like and subscribe to this YouTube channel that you're on right now, as well as your Instagram account if you're not already. And remember that you guys are awesome, and please stay inside and stay safe because we just want to get the fuck out of this pandemic. Alrighty, so the first thing I kind of want to talk about is hair, because it's something that it's kind of a weird thing to talk about. You know, people talk about like your facial hair and your body hair and things like that, but it's something that, like, there's certain things on your body that you probably didn't expect to have body hair growth, like your shoulders. I had no idea that I was going to get hair on my shoulders until like a year ago. I'm 5 years on T, and it took about 4 years for all of a sudden to have like these little fucking potato sprouts just right there. And yeah, it's kind of gross, and they're definitely coarse. It's like 4 of them. They're just chilling there, like they're like, yo, let's have a fucking party up on here. So yeah, I had to shave them off. They don't like that. They like to come back in and stay there. And yeah, I have to deal with that. It sucks. My neck hair and back hair didn't really change. Like I've said before, I'm Italian, and I did always kind of have like body hair as a female. I also had higher levels of testosterone in my body. We found that out when I did blood work before I started T. So that kind of explains some of my excessive hair on my body. It was always kind of like soft though. It was like peach baby fuzz, but it was like black so you could see it. Now it's more coarse. Not my back hair. I don't have like a manly beastie back hair or anything like that. It's more just like my shoulders, which guess I'll show you them. Yeah, that's them. So yeah, so that's, you might deal with that. Again, like if you're like 2 years on T and you're like, yeah, Jake, I don't have shoulder hair, that's on you, boy. Yeah, I know, like it was like 4 years, like 4 years later, and all of a sudden my friends like popped up. They're not even my friends, I fucking hate them. They like all of a sudden popped up and they're there. So don't like take your beautiful shoulders for granted, okay? Because you never know what's gonna happen. Again, something that people don't want to talk about, butt hair. Yeah, boys, you're gonna get fucking butt hair. If you're like maybe albino or super pale with very blonde hair, maybe not. I don't know if this is like an Italian thing or like a dark haired person thing, but yeah, you're gonna get butt hair. And it's weird because I had such a nice, perfect, like shiny ass, and now it's like not anymore. So you can just shave that or wax that if you're dealing with it, or just let it grow. Just let the forest do its thing. Although I do not suggest that because, you know, it's not really pretty to look at. But yeah, so you will get some butt hair, which is totally cool. Leg hair growth will obviously increase. The coarseness of it will also increase as well. I'm not sure about thigh hair for certain dudes. I have seen some guys that have like black hair as well as me, and they have like very little thigh hair. I have a lot of thigh hair. It's very curly. That's another thing too. The texture and like the, I don't know, the strands of my hair have changed. I have like curly hair all of a sudden. I had like straight hair before. If it was long, it'd have like ringlets at the end, but all of a sudden now, like my body hair and my hair on my head have all of a sudden turned like curly. It's weird as fuck. I don't know why it's done that, but it has. So yeah, your coarseness of your hair is obviously going to change, and the texture might change as well. I have fairly thin hair, but my hair was always kind of like soft and silky before on my head, and now it's kind of like not as soft and silky. I don't want to say like it's coarse, like it's not like rough or crusty. It's just, it feels different. It doesn't feel as soft and luxurious as it did before. So you might have to kind of like experience just like different textures and things like that of your hair and your body hair as well. Like my leg hair is like kind of curly. It's weird. But yeah, so that's like facial and body hair that that you could expect. You know, when you start testosterone, something that I didn't really know was a thing. And I kind of realized too, my brother, he's 21 and he still kind of has like the bits of hair here, and he has like this and a mustache. And I didn't realize that's how men's hair grows. I've never really seen a dude grow his beard from like puberty, so like I had no idea. But when I started T, I obviously had this douchebag chin strap, and if you do have one of those, that's cool. It will eventually creep its way up onto your cheeks. You just got to give it a little while. It took about 4 years for like my mustache to connect down to my beard, like these little hairs here and dish. That was like, took a really long time for those little bad boys to come in. I did have like just this hair and under here hair. I didn't really have hair that came up on my chin. I had a little bit of this, but it wasn't like actually there. And like these things, I just gave you the middle finger, my bad. And these little things here never grew in. So it was like 4 years, and then all of a sudden it started to connect down. It started to kind of come up and creep up and connect and actually look like a beard. But yeah, so if you are experiencing that like douchebag chin strap thing going on, that's totally normal. My brother has it too. He's cisgendered, so like that, I guess it's just how dudes grow their hair eventually. It just takes time and patience. If you do have like very blonde hair, I've seen some dudes use what's that, what girls use, what's that called, mascara. Yeah, you can use like some of that in your beard and kind of like darken it up and stuff. Just maybe get like water resistant or things that are not going to smudge, because you don't have like smudge marks all over your face. Else for body hair, I think that might be about it. I got hand hair as well, and knuckle hair, and like my toes have like more hair on it. That's really weird. I don't think people really talk about like toe hair, but yeah, you're gonna need some toe hair. It's weird. And like hair on your feet. But again, like that's normal. It's cool. You can just shave it off, or you can like wax it or trim it or whatever. I trim my body hair. I just really haven't been doing that during this pandemic because it's not like my main priority, you know. Although I am trying to trim at least once a week. It used to be like a couple days a week, but now I'm just kind of doing once a week. The next thing I kind of want to talk about is mood and temperament. You know, that's something I think is very, very important, because people don't really understand that you're going through a second puberty, and depending on how young you are, you could just have gotten out of puberty and now you're going to puberty again. So if you're like, I don't know, 17 and you're starting T, I don't really know the rules of when you can start T in different countries. I think here in Canada, there's a certain age. I think it's 18. Although I think you can go on hormone blockers and then start T at 18. But you have to be like, identify as a male for an entire year before you can start T. I'm not sure how it is in other countries, but I'm fairly sure it's how it is here in Canada. Anyways, yeah, if you are like 18 years old and you kind of like just got out of being like a teenager, puberty stage, and you go back into it, you're going to kind of feel like you're having a very long episode of, you know, this bullshit that's going on in your life. It does feel very drastic, and it feels like a very long period of time that you're going to be kind of dealing with your hormones and your moods going up and down and craziness and things like that. I was 21 when I started testosterone. 21, they say, is when you get your adult brain. That is because the frontal lobe, I'm going to say lobe of your brain kind of like actually develops properly. It fully develops and it's more functional and everything like that. So yeah, I started T at 21, and I think my moods and things like that kind of lasted like wonkiness up till about 3.5, 4 years. I just kind of felt recently now, I feel like at 5 years that I'm more grounded in myself, and I'm able to kind of like understand my moods and my temperaments and things like that. Yeah, temperatures too. If I miss my shot, I'm like super hot and sweaty. I'm a nasty hot mess. So even right now, sitting in this car, I'm super hot. And that's something, again, people don't really talk about. Dudes are very hot creatures. Not really their looks, because I like women. But like, I just noticed, even, I know we're totally going off track now. I noticed too, when I cuddle like my girlfriend and stuff like that, she always says I'm like a heater, like I'm super hot, and she's always super cold. And I never really noticed that, but I guess that is something that's different from our genders, that women are a bit colder than men. Men are usually hotter temperature. So that's kind of interesting. I didn't really notice that before until like obviously someone kind of pointed it out. But yeah, it's something to kind of look forward to. Not look forward to, but it's like something that you could like maybe see a change and be like, oh, cool, like, you know, now I'm not cold all the time, but then you're always hot and sweaty and you stink. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, my temperament has definitely kind of like plateaued a little bit. It's kind of more like this. It's not so like crazy, although, you know, I do have borderline personality disorder, so like my moods obviously are still kind of like this, but when it comes to tea, my moods aren't like that, meaning like I kind of know when I'm gonna get angry. I kind of know my triggers. You know, I think I've stated before, starting testosterone, I was a little bit more emotional. I was easy to cry. If I was angry, I would cry, and like now I'm just kind of more angry. That's kind of an emotion, or that I'm able to express more freely than I can with being sad. So that's kind of what I mean, that I'm able to understand that it's okay for me to cry and I don't need to feel angry about it. I'm not saying that I try to feel angry. It's just something that just kind of like happens, you know, just random things will tick me off and I'm like, the fuck, you fucking asshole, like stop that. It's fucking annoying. Like, you know, like I'm a little bit more snappy, I definitely would say, than I was before. But again, like I'm not, it's something that I can kind of control, you know what I mean? Like I understand now that if something's gonna bother me, I can like just walk away, or, you know, just calmly like chill out, you know. Or before I was very like snappy and things like that. I was very hangry all the time. I still am kind of hangry, but like before it was like I was super hungry all the time. My energy level was like skyrocketed up. I just always wanted to eat. Another thing too about moods and things like that people don't really talk about is your level of horniness. Yeah, so you're gonna be like a teenage boy and you're gonna want to have sex all the time, and you're probably still gonna be horny, even though like you're kind of out of your puberty stage when you start testosterone. I don't really know how long the puberty stage lasts when you're taking testosterone and when you first start it. But I'm 5 years on T, and like I'm still a teenage boy. Like I just want to have sex all the time, and I'm constantly thinking about sex. So when women say, you know, men are always thinking about sex is always on their minds. Yeah, you're right. You're definitely 100% right. I did not ever would think that I would ever be like this. I never believed that before. I was like, oh, you know, you just want to place a gender on someone. No, dudes, like we're fucking horny. We're horny all the time, and all I want to do is have sex. And I'm constantly thinking about my girlfriend. It's not appropriate at all. You know, just randomly I'll just be like, oh my God, she's so hot. Like shit, you know? And, it's not good. I mean, it's good, but I mean like not all the time. I don't really know how to control that. So if you guys, know how to like chill that hormone down and like do other things, let me know. And I swear to God, if you say like repent or like no fap, just get out of here. I'm not doing that. I mean, like, you know, maybe we can work out or have a system here. I'm not doing no like chastity thing going on, okay? I'm not about that life. Let's face it. But yeah, so if you do kind of feel like your hormones are raging to the point where you can't really control them, and you kind of feel like you're kind of like a hot mess, like you're crying, you're angry, you're whatever, this and this, like make sure that you are going to your doctor and you are kind of obviously getting your levels checked out and stuff like that as well, because again, they could adjust your levels in T or whatever it may be. Like just let them know what's going on. And for the third thing that people normally don't really talk about, and this is like the most personal one, yeah, so your genital growth and periods. Okay. Periods normally stop, I think, between like 3 to 6 months, sometimes a year. Mine stopped at 3 months. I don't even think it was 3 months. I think as soon as I started testosterone, I didn't get another period. That was it for me. That was done. And I was very, very lucky. I don't even remember being on T and having a period. It might have been like a week or like the month that I started testosterone that I kind of had one period, and that was it. Like I've never had a period in the last 5 years. So like I'm very, very lucky for that to happen. And I know some people don't want to hear that and they don't want to talk about that shit, but like that's something that like is really detrimental to my health. Like going through that is something that trans dudes don't want to go through, and it's something that's very like just mentally disturbing, I guess, almost to a point where you just feel so disgusted with yourself. So I'm telling you right now, like it will eventually stop. If it doesn't stop after 6 months, you might want to talk to your doctor. I'm not sure what's going on there. I do know that in the papers it did say like between 3 to 6 sometimes a year, depending on your body and things like that. But if you are like me and you just randomly stop as soon as you start testosterone, I'm fairly sure that's normal as well. If you are kind of concerned, you can talk to your doctor about it. But it is a blessing. It's amazing. I feel less dysphoric, definitely, for sure, about it. And if you are still getting your periods and you are on T, I definitely feel for you guys. I feel extremely bad for you, but please talk to your doctors and try to see what's going on and why you're still getting it if you're past like the 1 year mark. For genital growth, no, you're not going to grow a full-on penis. That's not going to happen. You will grow, I think, about like 2 inches. Your junk, your stuff is actually the length of your thumb. So from here to here, it's kind of like curled up into your body, and that's so fucking weird. And you only have like this little bit that shows. And starting testosterone, it actually comes out, and you will kind of get like a little you know, little Goomba. You know, the dude from like fucking Mario, Super Mario Party, like the little mushroom dude? Yeah, that's what you're gonna get. It's cool. Like, it's interesting what bodies can do and things like that. I always find it kind of interesting. But yeah, I think that's about it for all of the things that you can expect that will happen to your body, that will change, that maybe people don't really like to talk about, because, like, again, it makes us feel uncomfortable to kind of like exploit ourselves and be very vulnerable to other people. But I hope that you guys kind of appreciate me just being very open and honest with you guys. I don't know how long I will keep this video up, just because, again, like, yes, I still want to be here for you guys and support you as well, but I do kind of feel like kind of a little bit uncomfortable with some of the things, you know, that I've kind of talked about, just because, again, like, you know, I have family and things like that, and I am going into a line of work where I don't want to have like my entire life out for everybody. But yeah, so hopefully you guys can get this video within the next couple of days. I will keep it up until next week, and then I will probably delete it. I will make another video though to stay up for this week. And I won't delete that, but this one, yeah, it's just gonna be out first come first serve. Hope you guys get it, and hopefully I have helped you guys kind of maybe understand, or if you guys have questions, to continue asking those questions and keeping seeking the truth and knowing what to expect and what not to expect and things like that. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed it, and thank you so much. Stay humble, stay home, stay safe, stay weird. Thanks, guys.